Yeah. Wow. Mumful Prophet. Listen, so we got a special guest today. We got Rustage. I let you guys know yesterday that his reaction that just dropped actually Friday, that I was gonna be doing an interview with him and stuff like that. So we're here, man, and first of all, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity and doing this. Also, I'm a fan of you, and I have a lot of fans that are a big fan of you as well, and we all appreciate your work and stuff.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely, man. So what got you started on this journey of YouTube, man?
That's a complicated question.
Okay.
So, this is a question I get asked a lot, is how I started rapping.
Okay.
And that kind of ties into how I started doing YouTube. So, how I started rapping was I was 13, little boy, little Daniel, and I was in a Skype call with these two people. We'll just call them Person A and Person B.
Okay.
And Person B was rapping very badly. And then Person A said, "Hey, your rapping is so bad, even Rustage could rap better than you." Because I was a child.
Okay.
Right? It's like, your bowling is so bad, my grandma could bowl better than you. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the badly rapping person was like, "Yeah, I'd like to see him try." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm going to try." And I recorded my first ever rap, and it was actually better than him.
Really?
It wasn't actually that bad. It wasn't terrible. I was like on beat, and I had rhymes, and like the content lyrically was pretty garbage because as a 13-year-old British child, the only thing I had to rap about was the fact that I was British. So I kind of just rapped about being from England.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to remember any of the bars. They were all terrible. I insulted America a lot. I think I said, "We imagine the Americans like the humans from Wall-E."
Oh my god.
Like I was ruthless.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that I did that, and they obviously were like, "Oh wow, okay, yeah, okay, I guess he was better." And there was this one guy's live streams I used to watch.
Okay.
His name was I Bring the Lols. I mean, he's like nobody, right? But
Okay.
he's just a guy I used to watch, and he heard that song, and then was like, you have potential. You should keep doing this." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I sort of just started making songs that only sent to him.
Okay.
To be like, "Hey, how about this song? How about this?" And then instead of writing about myself, I started writing about things I was into.
Okay.
And back then, as a kid, I was into, there were some TV shows and stuff I was into.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started posting it on YouTube, my music. And yeah, that was like ages and ages ago. I was still like 14.
Okay.
Which just started posting music. And then, some people started to see it then. I didn't really start gaining an audience until like a year ago. But I had a few people who were watching me then, and I just started making more and more music and getting into it over time. And I always just made music about things that I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So for a big portion of my life, my YouTube channel I was making music about video games.
Okay. What kind of video games?
And I've only like Overwatch and Team Fortress 2 and Payday 2 was my first ever one.
All right.
Like just games that I played.
Yeah.
Right? And I started doing anime stuff because I was into anime. And so I was just writing about what I would like.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also found I enjoyed doing the anime ones more because there's more you could say. The video game kind of got a bit boring because it's just, with a video game, you're kind of just summarizing the game. You can't really do it the same as you could with an anime character.
Correct.
And I've read manga all my life, and so I did a bunch of One Piece reps. They didn't do super well, but then I did a Naruto one, and then that blew up, and I kind of just been uploading weekly since then.
Okay, and now you said that you really started growing within the last year. Before this past year, kind of what size were you at, do you think?
So, I was like, as a kid, I was around like 3,000 subscribers. Then I did an Undertale rap that got me to about 6,000. you remember the game Undertale.
Yeah.
And then I was in like the 10,000 region for 10,000 to 20,000 region for quite some time. I think I hit 20,000 at the end of 2018.
Okay.
And then it was April of 2019 when I started to blow up a lot more.
Okay.
I started uploading weekly since October of 2018, and doing that, I was making like a considerable amount of gains, and then I released my Kakashi rap April of 2019, and that blew up, not straight away, like a month later, but I was still uploading weekly. So when that blew up, and then I released my Sasuke rap right around the time it was blowing up, so that got a lot of views. And then I was just making a bunch of songs, and then I set myself a schedule for myself where I would... Sorry, I'm rambling, but...
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I set myself a schedule for myself so that I was trying to get an audience that wasn't just into Naruto, because I knew that was what was blowing up. Yeah. But I knew that I still had to do Naruto content because that people were subscribing for that.
Smart.
I did a thing where every third upload was a Naruto rap, but the other two were a different anime, so that I could diversify my audience, but still keep the audience for the Naruto stuff. And then over time, I lessened that, so every fourth upload became a Naruto rap. And then now that I've managed to sort of build an audience which is kind of like generalist anime and not just Naruto, to the point where it used to be the top of, where it has like the top 10 videos.
Correct.
My highest ones were always the Naruto ones, and the lowest ones were not. But now it's gotten to the point where I can release a song about a different anime and it could do better if it does.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's and to be honest with you, I'm not super hip to most anime stuff. Like, I just kind of started getting into it. But it's something that I'm fairly familiar with because, one, I'm a hip hop fan, and two, because I'm a battle rap fan, which they have a ton of, anime references in. So a lot of stuff I understand kind of contextually. But, obviously you're a unique situation because you do this so often. How do you, so I guess what I'm trying to get at is, from the beginning, you getting into the anime rap, and now I see you kind of starting to diversify your different content. Do you kind of feel like at the beginning you were kind of being put in a box of, you only being able to do anime rap?
Well, no, because, okay, I like to do rap about anime, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people say like, oh, why don't you write music about yourself? I'm boring, right? I don't have I made a bunch of angsty songs when I was younger.
Okay.
About the problems I was having in my life, and honestly, if I was making more original music that was about the problems that I have, they would all be the same ones I had then. I've already made those songs. The only new problems I have are stuff like stress.
Yeah.
And working a lot and stuff like that.
Normal stuff, yeah.
And that's kind of like a boring rap for me to just be like, yeah, I'm stressed out.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, absolutely. I just kind of wondered, really what I guess motivated you, to do the music. So, obviously being a big anime fan and stuff like that, what would you say outside of obviously Naruto being your, you said some of your more successful stuff at the beginning, what do you feel like now is your favorite stuff to do?
My favorite stuff, my actual favorite stuff to make are the rap battles.
Okay.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a completely different style of writing.
Absolutely.
And they're a lot of fun, but they also take a lot more work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Other than that, the ones I like doing the least are the cyphers.
Okay.
But they're the most popular.
Why is that?
Well, they're such a pain to put together because you have to organize a lot of people.
Yeah.
Put them together, and I feel bad for making people do work for me. I don't like asking people to do stuff, and I don't like it. Just every time I put together a cipher, I just feel awful, and
why is that though? Because you feel like you're asking.
They're putting all this effort into writing a verse for me, and I'm not really giving them much in return besides being on the video, right? And then also, on top of that, because it's a cipher, it's not like a regular feature. Like, but the percentage of song that they're in is so much smaller than, you know, they're like one of like the 50 people that's on the track. Their part is just one small part of it. So it feels like they put all this effort into a part of the song, which is such a small part of the song. And I don't know, I just feel bad to make people go through that effort for me to just have them as a small part of the song. Like the ratio between the effort that they're putting in and into the end product feels disproportionate to me when I'm asked. I just feel bad about it. But nobody's ever expressed it as a problem to me.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said, hey, I don't like doing this.
Right.
Some people say, I'm too busy to be on something, and I'm like, yeah, of course you are. That makes sense. But I don't know, it's just... I just feel bad about it. And it's why after I do another reason why I don't like doing the ciphers is because after the ciphers are done, a bunch of people then ask me to be on their stuff, which is fine. I like being on other people's stuff. But because it's such a huge amount of people ask me at once, because they were just on mine, I can't say no to being on theirs. So then for the next couple of weeks, I'm super busy because I'm on 10 different people's songs.
Right.
And then I have to, like, take that into account, which makes it more difficult to do my own stuff. And yeah.
Okay.
It's just a lot of work. And yeah.
So your preference would be either the battles or something solo or something with maybe just one other artist or something like that?
Yeah.
I get you. I understand. I mean, it does take a lot of effort. And I mean, you know, honestly, like to answer, I don't know if I can answer on other people's behalf, but I guess you said something that kind of made me think though. You said, you know, what are you giving back to them when you feel like they put a lot of effort into doing that? And I kind of feel like you're giving people a platform too, you know what I mean? Because you do have a big platform and obviously you're one of the most known in what you do. So I feel like that's a big thing, you know, that's a big deal for, I feel like, a lot of people. And, you know, obviously...
It's true.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But then also, on the flip side of that, it's like, if they were just on a regular feature, it was just me and them, that's a bigger platform. But like, arguably the same amount of effort from them, than being in a cipher.
I understand what you mean. That makes sense.
Because, like, there's 17 people, right?
Yeah.
They could check them out, but then there's just as much chance they'll just check someone else out, or they might be, like, outshined, like...
I understand.
Yada yada.
Do you feel like some of the people on the cipher get overshadowed with other people on the cipher?
Well, yeah, if they're a dude, so, like, I have statistics because I make bit.ly links for everyone's channels, right? So I make sure to have a pinned comment and in the description the timestamp of everyone's verse and a link to their channel or whatever they want, right? But because I do it as a bit.ly shortened link, I actually have stats of whose links are the most clicked on.
Okay.
And, for example, on my Hokage cipher, Savvy Huga, who was Tsunade, she gets clicked on way more than everyone else because she's a woman rapper, and a lot of people are like, I'm more taken aback by that, so that the rappers around her don't get as much audience because of that sort of wow factor of that. Okay. And if you don't really do anything to stand out, I guess, you know, it becomes difficult.
Right. Which makes sense. I understand that completely. So my thing,
I shouldn't be saying this. I should be saying, hey, come on to my ciphers, everyone, please.
Yeah, I mean, we know. I understand it, though. I understand. I mean, honestly, so the other thing is, too, do you put all of the videos together?
Well, okay, so I do mostly everything because I do my own instrumentals.
Okay.
And I do my own mixing.
Oh, wow.
And I do everything. But the actual videos themselves, I just get someone else to do the video, to edit the video.
Okay. Wow, I did not know that you produced too. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, all of my instrumentals are made by me.
Oh my God, bro. That's wild, because I'm gonna be honest with you. The very first song that I heard about you, that I heard from you, I'm sorry, was Hatred, was Screw. And I was so blown away because I was just like, I didn't know what to expect going into it. You know what I mean? I never heard you before, and your flow and your voice is what, I'm really big on rap voices, and you have such a unique rap voice.
And you said that in reactions, and it made me cry. I'm not gonna lie, because my voice is one of the things I'm most self-conscious with in rap, because I know I don't. I mean, especially when I'm speaking, I don't sound like a rapper, but I know I don't sound like a typical rapper, and I've always worried about the way that I sound in raps, and I feel like it's a huge turn-off for some people. And I think when you said something like, just so straight about like, oh, his voice is so good, and I was like, what?
Yeah, no, it is, man, because that's like the first thing you hear. That's your first impression of a rapper. And I don't know if
Yeah.
if you pay attention to DMX and stuff like that, but DMX is a person that his voice is so like, oh my God, like you'll never like I know it's Rustage as soon as I hear Rustage. You know what I mean? And that's something that I feel like is a super huge thing.
Some people just have like incredible voices where they can say any lyrics and they're great. I think Nerd Out Nemraps.
Yes.
They had this little thing going on where they would like people would submit lyrics like their own parody songs, and then they would turn that into actual songs. And some people's lyrics weren't as good as lyrics that Nem would write himself.
Correct.
But when he rapped these other people's lyrics, they just sounded really good.
Yeah.
Because he's just so good at his voice, and his delivery is incredible.
Absolutely.
And I guess it's not just voice. Yeah, delivery is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
Because I know some people who could have good voices for raps, but they just can't quite nail the delivery. It kind of just sounds like they're talking.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, that is very important. That's huge. So I honestly now that just blows my mind knowing that you produce it too, because that's so much. That's so much sound. So how did you learn how to do all that kind of stuff?
How to rap?
No, not rap. Produce. Because rapping is one thing, but making beats and producing your own stuff is, you know what I mean? That's a whole nother animal.
Well, my whole plan was, because I was doing YouTube, and I really liked music.
Okay.
The thing was, I wanted to do as a career was something music related, because I wasn't sure if, obviously, YouTube was going to become a career.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did a lot of composition stuff in college and stuff, and I don't know, I got FL Studio when I was 13, 14, I started making, all my early stuff's garbage. I started making stuff and learning and pretty much teaching myself things online, and I've been like producing stuff just as long as I've been rapping, essentially.
Oh wow.
But my production stuff only started sounding good in like 2017. Before then it was pretty dire.
Okay, so how old are you, Mas?
I'm 20. Fuck.
Okay.
I'm 22 now. I turned 22 in June.
So I thought you said you were 25. Okay, 22. So it's almost about 10 years then that you've been rapping, because you said 13, 14ish, right?
13, yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
But when you put it like that, it's like, why am I not better now?
No, bro. You're tripping. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna come clean. I talk to Screw every day, bro. He told me straight up. He said you have hit one of his favorite verses on the Cypher, hands down. He said,
I appreciate that, especially from Screw.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Yeah, bro. You are a very talented individual. So, I'm going to ask a couple questions about the Cypher and stuff like that. So, when Screw reached out, how did you feel about it? You know what I mean? What did you expect going into the Cypher?
I was very happy. So, here's the thing about, like, my content is I'm obviously in kind of like a bubble of, like, nerdcore stuff, where I've worked a lot with other people in my genre, right? So I've worked with, like, Daddy Fat Snaps and Not Like Joshua and all these other people who are... but I've never really... I've always, like, idolized people like Screw and, like, 6 Seconds and people like that. Like, I really love their music and stuff, and, like, Shofu and stuff like that. And when Screw started reacting to my stuff, I was already like, he's reacting to my music?
Yeah.
And actually, it came at a weird time, because Screw reacted to my music, and so did Shofu, and the reactions were very different. And I don't know if you heard about the whole Shofu situation.
No, I didn't, but I want to know, though.
Okay. A side tangent to the Shofu thing. First, I want to say, obviously, I like Shofu a lot. He seems like a cool guy. So he live stream stuff, and people send him videos that he and his friends, like,
Correct.
You know, most of the time they like clown on the videos and stuff, but I didn't realize that was like the thing that he did. I just liked his music, and someone sent him my Shonen Jump Cypher.
Okay.
I think it was the Shonen Jump Cypher, and he watched it and he was just ragging on it the whole time. He was talking about how terrible it was. I think what especially got to me personally was a lot of the time he would like insult people's like voices and stuff, and not just their raps. And I was like, I can't change that. But he was just talking about how terrible it was, and his friends were all laughing at it, treating it like it was like the worst thing ever. And I realized it was like exaggerated for the sake of comedy for his live stream. But me being a big fan of Shofu, I was just sad. And I think I tweeted something like, "Oh, I saw Shofu's reaction, and it just makes me sad." I wasn't like upset with him because people could dislike my music. I don't care. I was just sad because this is someone that I idolize. Pretty much telling me how much my track was garbage. So I was just sad, and I'm an emotional guy. I'm not like a hardened rapper. I was like just really upset about it. But then, you know, I spoke to him and he like explained, and I understand. And again, I was never upset with him. I was just sad. But unfortunately, a bunch of my fans saw my tweets and were like being really mean, like rude, and calling him out and stuff. And at the end of the day, that's not really what I wanted. I was just sad. But then when I saw Screw's reaction to one of my songs at the same time, I was worried that it would be the same thing, because Shofu, one of my rap idols already had like, told me I was garbage. So I was like, I was scared. But then I saw it and he really liked it. I don't know if he was reacting to Shonen Jump Cypher, but whatever he was reacting to, he liked it. And I was like, oh, he likes it. And I was shocked. And then he reacted to more of my stuff. I noticed he reacted to Epic Rap Battles History, so I told him to react to my rap battles. Because they're the best things to react to, because they're rap battles.
Absolutely,
they're reaction worthy. So we started reacting to those, and I thought his reactions were really cool, and I liked them a lot. And then he DM'd me to ask me to be on one of his songs, and his like Cypher, and I was like, me? On one of yours? It was like honored, because I just see, like, I love a lot of his music, and I hold him in such a higher regard than I hold myself, in terms of like his ability and his finesse and like there's a lot of people like that. And
I understand.
I
understand.
I mean, I don't know if he told you like my reaction.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I didn't know. I know, you know, he told me that, you know, you guys were working, and, you know, prior to this, you guys were working on some stuff. And then
first, I got him on the Brody song. This was before the Cypher. I got him on the Brody song because he mentioned the only anime he was into was Dragon Ball, and I was like, hey,
you gotta be on this
song. Can he be on it? And he was on it, and it was great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, when he asked me to be on something of his, I was so happy about it. And but also I was incredibly nervous because I was just scared, because I knew he'd get a lot of good people. I was just really scared that I would stick out as the worst person.
No.
And people would be like, who's this kid? And again, I don't exude rapper persona energy. I mean, I look like this, I sound like this.
Bro, that's the thing, man. You are a very, like, I feel like you think that about yourself, but I don't see that, because to me, you're cool as shit. You know what I mean? Like, you look like a cool dude.
I appreciate that.
I'm not even bullshitting. I don't bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely feel that way. Like, listening to your music and then seeing you as a person, I feel like you're a very marketable face. Like, you know, and it's crazy because you don't get to see your face in your music a lot. So, like, now...
I want to change that a little bit more, but coronavirus means I haven't been able to film music videos. That's the main reason why I haven't put up more original stuff.
That makes sense.
I had this really cool music video planned called King, where I reference a bunch of historical kings. So I love history, right? And I was going to reference a bunch of historical kings and queens and like just monarchs in general. And I was going to dress up as a king, and I was going to go to a castle, and I was going to record a music video.
Damn.
But I can't do that for a while now, unfortunately.
Yeah, because of Corona. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, the reason why at the beginning of, you know, when we started talking, the reason why I asked you if you ever felt like you were being put in a box with anime rap, and, you know, is because I've actually kind of seen you talk about that kind of stuff publicly a little bit? You were like, you were actually telling somebody, I think yesterday on Twitter, I think I saw, you were saying if you were thinking, Fable it was. You were saying if you were thinking of doing original music, kind of work it in there. And the reason why,
that's the thing.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's a mistake a lot of people make with YouTube content, is once they get sick of the content that they're making currently, is they will be like, well, it's my channel, I can do what I want, and they do a complete 180 on their content, and then they're confused of why nobody's watching them.
Correct.
But I have seen people be able to transition out of holes and content, and I know what you need to do. I've seen people like The Living Tombstone, and Mando, Pony. There's a bunch of people like this. I don't know if you know him, but I think The Living Tombstone is a good example because he's a friend of mine. So he started doing content about a certain community, and that kind of put him in a box.
Okay.
And then he had to slowly transition his content over time to be more about generalist subjects, and then he's been able to grow a community based around that.
Okay.
And the thing is, you can't 180 your content, because I've 100% seen people who just 180 their content and their channel dies immediately.
I agree.
I have examples, but I don't want to name any of them.
No, I understand.
So what happens with what you've got to do is that I normally make sure I have a video I know that's going to do really well, and then the week afterwards I put out a video that's a bit more experimental.
Yep.
And we see how that does, and then we sort of slowly start putting out more videos, and that can slowly build an audience in the background while still maintaining the audience I already have.
Yeah.
And then hopefully converting some of that old audience to new audience for gaining them, and then they start becoming slightly more and more frequent until eventually you completely transition your content.
Absolutely. You study this shit.
Yeah.
You study this.
Well, no, it's just I've been on the internet since I was a kid, and some could say it's like the perfect job for someone like me who's since I was like 8 years old, been online, like watching things and creating content and
Absolutely.
stuff, and seeing things and seeing how people, YouTubers, and how they like rise and fall and such. And I used to edit all my own videos because I used to want to make AMVs back in the day.
Correct.
Like the first thing I ever did was AMV making. So I used to actually do all my own videos before that became too time consuming. So I was able to do everything myself. So it's just it's something I've been able to do.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. The reason why I said that is because the reason why I said I feel like you study this is because, I mean, in a sense, like I'm the same way. I'm a little older than you. I'm 28, but I just turned 28, and the thing is like the way you're talking sounds like when me and Screw have conversations. We the exact same thing about if you blow up on one thing, and that's that sparked my interest. The moment you said you blew up doing Naruto, and then you slowly transition to adding more things in there, so it starts evening out and balancing and doing well on your channel.
So it was every third upload was Naruto, but I also made sure that every third upload, so it'd be like Naruto and then a new anime.
Yeah.
I've stopped doing that a little bit more because the amount of new animes I've seen dwindles, but I would do Naruto, new anime, and then covering an anime I've done before. So for a while it was like I did a Naruto rap, then I did 7 Deadly Sins Meliodas because I'd not done the 7 Deadly Sins yet, and then I did a My Hero rap because I'd already done one of those, and then I did another Naruto, and then 7 Deadly Sins did well. 7 Deadly Sins did well, so that can go into the slot of another character from an anime I've already done.
Correct.
And maybe this new anime will be Death Note, and then the Death Note one didn't do that well. I'll do something, etc. Right? And I'll try Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball did okay. Okay, I'll do another Dragon Ball. So,
I think your camera went off.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, yeah.
And that's kind of the general, the thing I went down. I have a whole timeline here. I have it archived so I can even see. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's... Yeah, so...
that's crazy.
Yeah, so for example, I did Gaara, Naruto, then I did Grey for Fairy Tail, because I'd already done a Fairy Tail rap. Then I did Demon Slayer, which was new. Then I did Obito, Naruto. Then I did Ichigo Kurosaki, which was new. Then I did Straw Hat Cypher. That was something I'd already done One Piece stuff, so that was familiar. So I would always do that.
Yeah.
So every set of 3 weeks, I would have a Naruto one, a familiar one, and a new one. I
Okay.
don't do that anymore because I don't feel like I need to.
Uh-huh.
I have a bit more of a loose schedule. I have a Naruto one come out every 4 weeks, unless I have like something that's kind of Naruto related anyway.
Okay.
And yeah, just a bunch of stuff. I kind of just I feel it out a little bit more now.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah.
No doubt. So how long ago did...
I know I'm rambling about this.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I'm cool with that. I mean, that's honestly how all of these really turn out into just end up being really good conversations. But so you when did you start doing the battles?
So actually my first ever battle I did was in an Overwatch one.
Yep.
And it wasn't super great. The problem I always had with battles was I can't do voices. I can do my voice, but I can't do voices.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And I always felt like if you had battles between characters, you had to like play the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I suddenly had a realization of, fuck it. No,
Basically.
I don't. I don't have to sound like the character.
Absolutely.
I don't sound like the character anyway. So I did Pharah versus Soldier from Team Fortress 2
Okay.
as a battle rap, and nobody watched that, but it's okay. It wasn't great anyway. I then first battle rap I did was Deku versus Naruto, and the thing about the battle raps was I wasn't going to do them unless I could do something good visually.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously they're two different animes.
Yeah.
And then I came across, I was looking up anime rap battles anyway, and I came across this guy called Skeet Teal.
Okay.
And he had done some anime raps anyway, but they weren't shonen. They were, I don't know, they were just anime characters from, like, lesser known anime.
Okay.
But his editing style was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged him, like, hey, who edits your videos? He was like, me. I'm this 16-year-old New Zealand kid who's apparently, like, super talented at everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I will pay you to edit the rap battle videos that I'm doing, if that's okay. I had to be like, I'm sorry, I also want to do anime rap battles. I know you do that already, but
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, encroach in your territory, but I want you to edit my videos. And he was like, okay, if you pay me this much. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it. And then I started writing them. And, I mean, to be fair, I always wanted to do them.
Okay.
Because I'm a huge epic rap battles of history fan.
That's awesome.
Like, as a kid, I've seen all of them multiple times. As a kid, I have most of them memorized.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
One of my dreams as a kid was to be on epic rap battles of history, but I know there's not many characters I could play, sounding like me. I could probably do, like, Harry Potter, and that's about it. And I don't really even know much about Harry Potter.
Bro. Nah, I bet you could. Hey, man. Okay, so then that leads...
I'm not American, right?
Well, but that, neither is Dan Bull.
I might be able to do, like, a king, but not like Henry. There's no, like, popular English king beside Henry VIII.
But Dan Bull, though, Dan Bull is from the UK.
Yeah, but Dan Bull, he's older than me. I guess now that I'm a bit older, I could do more characters. But, he I don't know. Dan Bull's great anyway. I love Dan Bull. He's also one of my biggest inspirations. When I was
really?
11, I used to listen to all of his music, and like I'm quite good friends with him now. I've been to his house many times. I almost moved in with him.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But I ended up having different plans of like arrangement and stuff. But he's great. I love Dan Bull. He's been on a few of my stuff now, and it was great to see him. But like epic rap battles of history, I have a whole tier list of all of their stuff. Like I'm like a mega fan of epic rap battles.
Yo, see, I react to a lot of ERB. That's actually kind of why I started, transitioning to doing your stuff.
I can't do that because I've seen them all when they came out.
Yeah.
Like I was watching them when they were coming out on Nice Peter's channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd seen them all already.
That's
when they come out, I watch them straight away. I love them. So the thing is, I love history already. Like, and then rap and history together, plus Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter are so good at not only playing their characters, but rapping as well. The lyrical stuff is good. Zach Schoen does such a great job as well with like doing the lyric, like helping. I know they have a team of people writing. I know Zach helps, but he knows they're so good at it.
Yeah,
I really like it. And obviously, so my rap battle was a bit inspired by that. I wanted to do something similar to that, but with anime, because nobody was really doing. My friend Cam, of video game rap battles, was doing video games quite well and quite bigly, but nobody was really doing it about anime. in English at least, to the same extent I was wanting to do it.
Yeah.
So I decided to start doing it. They take a long time to put together.
Yeah.
But
makes sense.
It's a completely different style of writing, and it's a lot of fun.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you are a fan of ERB like that. I actually just interviewed Epic Lloyd the other day.
I know. I love Epic Lloyd.
Yeah.
I love his original music as well. He's such a cool... I like Epic Lloyd a lot.
That's crazy, man. That's really cool, though, because, I mean, like, I didn't know about ERB until, you know, more recently, probably about a year ago. But, you know, same thing like what you said, just the talent behind what they're doing is unreal.
Yeah, I was that kid in secondary school who would be, like, rapping Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates with my friends. And
that's great. And now you're on a Cypher with him, bro.
I know, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, what is the world? That's wild.
The thing is, right? I just really want to be on Epic Rap Battles history one day. That's like one of my dreams I've had for ages.
Reach out. You never know.
I would pay for my own flights. I would pay for everything myself.
Hey, man, reach out, bro.
What I'm saying is they wouldn't need to pay me anything. I would pay for my own flights. I would go there. I would drop everything for it. Like, that's like, but I don't know who I could be, unfortunately. Like, I can't do an American accent, so I can't be an American character. So I'd have to be like a British character. And there's not many of those left.
I don't know. They might, man, listen. Hey, ERB, if you're watching, you need to reach out to Rustage. He wants to be on ERB, all right? Listen, we're gonna start a petition. The internet's gonna get Rustage on ERB. It's coming. No, that would be crazy though. Honestly, that's really crazy to think that, you know, you grew up watching that and now literally doing a Cypher with them. And I mean,
it's crazy.
Even the fact that, you know, you got close with Dan Bull and stuff like that, I didn't know that. I've listened to a decent amount of Dan. Go ahead.
He's from England.
Yeah.
So it was relatively simple. I met him as a kid, and he knew who I was because I had made a Payday 2 rap, and so had he, and I was the only other person to have made one of those raps. So he was like, "Oh, you made that rap?" And I was like, "Wow, he knows me."
Damn.
And I talked to him, and it was great.
That's awesome.
But then I can't even remember how I actually started talking to him again, like properly. It's losing my mind, but the Stupendium, if you know him, he's a really, really good rapper, musician, and he does these really cool, intricate animated music videos for his stuff, and he's incredible. And we were around the same size, and I reached out to him because I wanted to do some work with him because I thought his stuff was good, and he lived in London, I lived in London, so we met up and we talked. And I think it might have been through him that I met Dan Bull again. I'm not actually entirely sure.
Okay.
But all I know is that we started hanging out a lot in his studio, going up there, hanging with him, and I think I hung out with him one-to-one one time in where he lives. I was about to fucking drop where he lived. Where he lives.
Yeah.
And I think we got on well enough that he invited me back and to hang out with him, which was cool because he's really cool and he's really funny.
Yeah. And
I like him a lot. And of course, the rap battles that he's in the Epic Rap Battles of History are some of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think Jack the Ripper versus.
Yes.
I got my tier list.
Verse.
Jack the.
Yeah, versus Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hannibal is very, very good.
Very good battle.
My favorite ones are, I think, the ones that are more historical focused. Here we go. Yes, so like Shaka Zulu versus Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great versus Ivan the Terrible, Rasputin versus Stalin.
Yeah.
Those are my Zeus versus Thor is so good. Those ones are my favorites. Tony Hawk versus Wayne Gretzky is also very good for someone who doesn't know much about sports.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack the Ripper versus Hannibal Lecter is in my S tier. I think it's great.
That's awesome. I actually do tiers. I do like top lists. I did like a top 10 punchlines of epic rap battles. Stuff like that. So yeah, I like, man, Yo, there's some really good battles in there, bro. I say that every time. Like, some of my, like, dead ass want to get up and run around the room because I'm like, yo, did you hear what they just said, bro? Like,
I think it's a shame they don't know much about anime. I assumed they're older folks now.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they don't watch a lot of anime because I'd love them to watch one of my rap battles about anime, and I would like to see what they think about it because I mean, most rap battles in that style are kind of just imitations of ERB. They kind of set the precedent for that, and because I know a lot of people like my rap battles, and they do pretty well.
they are. I mean, they're really well put together, and I kind of figured you were at least somewhat of a fan of ERB, you know, just because of the. I can tell, you know, the inspiration,
I have no way of I've never spoken to Epic Lloyd. I mean, he does. I'm sure he doesn't even know who I am, right?
He probably does, bro. You're big. What do you mean?
But I'm like, he will after this Cypher because he will watch the Cypher issue.
Yeah.
But so at least he will know me a little bit. But
yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be like an interview, and I'm just
no. You're good, bro. Listen, hey, I'm glad it's like that because I'm not the best interviewer. You know, I'm not Charlemagne the God, but I do what I can. You know, like we're here. You know, I'd rather have a good conversation and kind of get, you know, the fans to know you more. And I kind of asked, you know, a couple of questions that I asked the fans want to know. One of them that was asked that I felt like actually was a really good question was, are you going to do anything live?
I want to. I was going to this. I can't say where because, you know, confidentially.
Yeah.
But I was going to perform at a bunch of anime conventions this summer, but then coronavirus happened in America. I was going to go to America, and I was going to spend 2 months performing at a bunch of anime conventions in America. I have performed live before.
Okay.
Anime conventions are the stage into which I can perform live because they can invite me as a guest. I can do a live show, and the people who would be into my content would already be there anyway. Plus, it's also a potential audience there because I rap about anime, so people who don't know who I am would be able to come along to my stuff and find out who I am.
Correct.
And QCon in Northern Ireland, I've done a lot of performances there. A very small convention, but very good convention in Northern Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And I performed a bunch in England in general.
Okay.
I've never performed in America. I would like to.
Yeah.
And I almost did.
If
it wasn't for coronavirus.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I know, obviously, you know, Corona has shut everything down. But that was, that was one of the questions I was like, that's one thing I do want to know, too. But that's dope that you've, you know, still got the opportunity to do that because a lot of people, you know, through these interviews I was saying, a lot of people that are on YouTube that have been rapping for a really long time have never performed before in front of an actual crowd, have only, you know, rapped and dropped videos and stuff like that. So you having that experience in front of a crowd is dope, you know? Yeah, so
100%.
So what do you think you brought to the Cypher? What do you feel like you brought to the table on this Cypher?
I was focusing more on not letting people down.
Okay.
So I think, firstly, I'm different than a lot of the people on the Cypher, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the things that I reference in my verse are more historical. I've got to look at my lyrics again, but I definitely reference, like, Catherine the Great, for example.
Okay.
And I reference Hamilton, but everyone knows Hamilton.
That's dope.
I have some lines that I'm not sure people will get immediately. So, I don't know, when I say that I'm terrible, I mean, like, the Tsar, because of Ivan the Terrible.
Okay, yeah.
And, like, the fact that he was given the title the Terrible not because he was bad, but because he was terrible as in grandiose. It had sort of a different meaning then. It didn't mean quite great, but it was like he was powerful. Terrible as in powerful.
Yep.
So I have another thing. I reference Russell's Teapot, which is a philosophical thing where it's the theory that if you can't prove something, you can't claim. You can't claim to someone, well, you can't not prove it.
Yeah.
So the idea is this guy called Russell, I can't remember his full name, Russell's is his last name.
Mm-hmm.
He said, this was a long time ago, but he said if there was a teapot floating in space around Neptune, and I had no way of proving it, I couldn't then also say you have no way of not proving it, because I could claim a bunch of silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I have the line, so keep up and prove what you've got, Russell's teapot, meaning you have to prove.
Yeah, you have to prove it. The burden of
prove
proof is
you
on
not
you.
Have it. You have to prove that you have it.
Yeah.
I'm referencing the Russell's teapot.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are not going to get that.
That's dope though. That's good. I feel like the thing about music is, I feel like that's a good thing, because that's one of the biggest things to me about ERB, which and what you're saying is, I'm kind of just relating it back to what we were saying, is that, you know, that's not a bar that you're gonna get at first time, but as time goes, once you understand that's how good music ages. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like Kendrick Lamar's music lasts so long. Like, he's a person that it lasts a long time, because you don't get it the first time you hear it. You know, so that's good.
Yeah. I tried to like vary up. Like, I didn't just do historical references. I tried to just, I don't know. I tried my best. I tried to have like good rhymes in there. Like the triple rhymes with Pathogen, Catherine, Hamilton, Battling, Radiance. I referenced Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So you brought some lyrical ability to it. You know, that's dope.
I hope so. I hope that people like it and don't just think I'm like this cringy kid.
Bro, I
know I am. Like,
you're not, bro. Right? You're not. You're bugging. You're not. I'm not even gonna let you say that about yourself, bro. Because it's not. It's not like that at all. Trust me. Trust me. From a person that reacts to a lot of YouTube music, you are so far from any of that it makes no sense. Like, you're genuinely talented, and there's people that, bro, I'm telling you, on this platform, they get a pass. That's just, I'm gonna come clean. They get a pass. People say they're good and they're not good, and that's no hate, but like, that's the truth. But you're a very talented individual. You can rap very well, and I feel like you understand music. And the thing is that I knew that you understood music on a different level by your different voice and fluctuations, and your flow switches, and how you're able to like know when something is supposed to be there and put it there. Like, and here's a thing, like a prime example of that I can give you is on your song with Screw Hatred, you rapped right at the end of his verse, and that was something that, yeah, and that was something that, like, I was like, damn, I didn't know if that was there before Screw put his verse there or if it was after. And he told me, I told him, I said, yo, that was so fire. And he said, I didn't even hear that until I heard the final version of the song. And I was like, damn. Yeah. And that's something to me, that's like genuine talent. And now that you tell me that you produce, that makes a lot more sense, because you have such a good grasp on music, you know? But
the reason why I did that in that song is I was falling into a terrible habit of having like verse, chorus, and that was my entire song. So I wanted to vary it up a little bit and have a bridge to build into the final chorus. I do think that I like the lyrics of it. I think it was a little bit instrumentally thin, because my idea was it was supposed to be like a drop down to be a bit more emotional leading into the final chorus, but then it changed into something more like building up in like angry.
Yeah.
And I think it was like pianos, and it was strings, and it was like drums, and it like a little bit of sub. It was missing a midsection that when I go back and listen to it, I feel like it should have had something more, like maybe brass or something, and that bugs me. But a lot of things bugs me like that. A bunch of old music. There's half of my music I hate. So,
oh man.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. So last couple of questions. Now, like I said, I do top lists a lot like that. So what would you say your top 5 pieces of work are, in your opinion?
Okay, so it's a difficult question. People always ask me what my favorite song of mine is, and I can never answer, because it's always different. I guess I can't do them in order.
That's fine.
I could just list a couple.
Yeah,
I think my Gara song is one of my best, but it's not very bar heavy. Okay. So here's the thing: is that some people like certain tracks differently.
Yeah.
Like I know some people out there, they hate the sort of content that I do because it's what they call roleplay nerdcore. Because when I'm rapping as the character. I'm not just rapping about the character.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of songs where I'm telling the story of the character from the point of view of the character, but it's not, I'm not like barring. I'm not doing punchlines.
But that doesn't need to be in everything. That doesn't need to be in everything.
It's a different kind of music, right? And some people find that like cringy, some people don't like that. Some people do, they love that, and they prefer that.
Yeah.
It's just whatever you're into. My Gara song in particular is, I'm rapping from the point of view of Gara, who had this like troubled life growing up. I mean, like his fucking uncle tried to assassinate him.
Oh, damn.
And his dad hired the assassin.
Damn.
And he was like this tormented like monster. And he's my favorite character in Naruto. His story runs parallel to Naruto's, yada yada. So I wrote the song about him, telling the story from his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the chorus. So whenever there's singing on the song, I write that as well, and then just get someone else to sing it because I can't sing.
Oh, okay,
but
that's
I write
dope.
the chorus. So I thought the chorus I wrote for it was really nice, and CT5 does a really good job delivering it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my best mixes as well, and I just think it's a really solid song.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's not like a bop. It's not like a banger.
Yeah.
I just think it's technically one of my best songs.
Solid body. Yeah. Okay.
Then, like, my rap battles I'm so proud of. Like, my latest one I'm quite proud of. Killua versus Sasuke.
Yep. That was fire. That was a fire battle. I definitely like that back and forth. I'm not going to lie to you. And I like who was on it, too. He was nice as well.
Yeah, not like Josh was good, yeah. Then I have, I think my Minato, Naruto, and Boruto song that I did with my two friends, Swabadi and Conquest.
Okay.
I would say is one of my better, like, it's just, I think is a strong song and has really a good hook. I like making punchy hooks that are like catchy.
Yep.
That's
something I noticed. I noticed that too. I noticed that your hook. That's why I said I can tell you have a very good grasp on music because a hook is something that a lot of people can't do. A lot of great rappers can't make hooks.
I'm inspired by Stormzy and other grime artists.
Yeah.
Who have these, like Stormzy has, like, I kill an MC standard. Leave your boy's face in the evening standard.
Okay.
And he takes the standard.
Yep.
And the standard is a sample, I don't know what it's from, but it's a sample. And so he uses that sample, but it means a different time each time.
Uh-huh.
And I've done that before. I did, not as well as he did, but I think I did my Meliodas rap, which I don't like now. But for the hook of that, I used the sample of the word dragon. So I'd be... I am a legend of dragon, and the dragon was a sample.
Yep.
And I've done that a few times, and I don't know, I think a catchy hook is just cool, and I always picture, if I was performing it live, I would want like a big hook that people could get down to. But I also like songs, like singy songs. One of my favourite artists is Carly Rae Jepsen. I think she's great.
Yeah.
I think her songs are really catchy and really fun and upbeat.
Yep.
And I like to write singing choruses as well. But I can't sing myself, so I get other people to sing them when they're available.
That's good, though. That's good. I like that.
I think some of my best singing choruses will be like my Mirio rap or my, I think my Kirito rap, or there's a few like that I think are good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like my Hashirama rap. I don't know. I can't really say which ones are great. Hisoka one's good too, actually. It's kind of a bop. I liked Hiroshima. A lot of my more recent stuff I think is pretty good. You go further back and you find songs that I like, but you also find songs that I hate. Like, I find it easier to list the songs of mine that I think are the worst. Like my Goku rap and my Saitama rap and my Ichigo rap, I think are all terrible.
Okay. Why is that though?
So Goku and Saitama are for the same reason. I tried to do something like heavy metal. My voice just doesn't mesh well with guitars. I was like yelling on the chorus and it just sounded terrible. And I think the lyrics are really simplistic and nothing.
Okay.
I just don't like them. With Ichigo, he has an ability called Bankai, and that's what I made the entire hook based around. However, I pronounced it wrong the entire time. I said Bankai, which is not how it's pronounced. And so I keep saying the hook is like, I say the word over and over again, like hit it with a Bankai, hit him with a bankai, and it's terrible. Like, I even, like, overly pronounce the word wrong, and it's just so bad to listen to because it's wrong.
Okay. Did you get a lot of backlash for it?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
People say bankai wrong.
Yeah.
Bankai.
Man, it is what it is, though.
And it's not even like, because with Japanese words, there aren't like various different pronunciations of things. Like English words, you have like water and then wada, or bath and bath. Like you pronounce words differently.
Yeah.
But with Japanese words, they're made up of individual sounds.
Yeah.
Like, and those sounds never change. Right?
Yeah.
You know, you have like da, to, ta, ti. You know, they all sound like they're just these. So ban, kai, ban will always sound like that because ba, it's not ba.
Yeah, that makes sense. That I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's comedy though. But yeah, man.
So it sucks. I'm so angry about it.
How long ago did you make that one?
Some of the things. I think. Huh?
How long ago did you make that one?
Yeah, Ichigo one was September 2019.
Oh, okay.
It's
about a year ago.
I always think my bars weren't that great. Then I have some songs that were almost. My Deku song was almost good, but I fucked up the chorus. I made like a woe thing that is in tune, but it sounds really not in tune in a weird way. I think it's just something to do with the notes that are sung, and it's just kind of floaty. It doesn't work for Deku. It's like a wah, and it's like it was bad. And Ozza, he did a really good job delivering it, but it couldn't save my terrible chorus that I had written for that song. I was really annoyed about.
Oh man, you being hard on yourself, bro.
And there's a lot of songs like that where I've like messed up in some way, and it's not as good. But yeah, I could go on for ages about all my music and why it's bad.
Oh man, you bugging. Nah, bro. It's not even like, I don't think people see that. I don't think that's how people, you know what I mean, perceive you at all, I think.
Yeah. I always have this like worry that someone I look up to listens to one of my songs for the first time, and the song that they choose to listen to is one of these terrible songs and not one of my good ones.
Nah, bro. Because the thing is too is that a lot of people that are listening to you are fans of what you're doing too. So, you know, off top, that's gonna take, you know, precedence over probably how you feel about how the song is. You know, there's certain stuff that you're always going to want to fix and stuff like that, but that's, you know, no, other people, the general public isn't going to, you know, recognize that or be as technical as you're going to be on yourself, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, what do you have coming up?
I have my Team Avatar rap coming out this week. This Friday, you know, from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yep. That's
I haven't written the hook for that, but I need to do that. Then I have My Guy, and then I have Black Balls, Cypher, and then I don't know after that. I have some plans.
That's dope. Yeah, that's real dope. Is there anything else you want to let anybody know before we hop off, bro?
I don't know. Thank you everyone for listening to my music. I appreciate it. I will try and get better. That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm mostly trying to make music that I like, but the music that I like is music that's better than mine, so I need to get better. And I appreciate everyone who supports me or works with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, we appreciate you, bro. Honestly, like, you're dope. Like I said, I appreciate your work, getting into your stuff, and, you know, I'm definitely going to dive harder and definitely check out more, and, you know, chop it up with you along the way and stuff like that. I appreciate you, you know, giving me this opportunity and doing this. This is dope, and I'm really looking forward to your Cypherverse. I'm looking forward to see, you know, how this is all said and done and what it looks like, and yeah, I'm gonna be reacting to it. So
awesome, thank you.
Yeah, man, thank you. You have a good one.
It's like I black out last minute.
Yeah.